I'm Gretchen Schott, and this is Made for Impact, a show for leaders who want to leave a lasting impact on their organizations, their teams, and their lives.
So today, class, the lesson I want to talk about is problem solving. I've been talking about conflict the last couple of weeks, and I realize as we talk about conflict, we also have to talk about resolving problems. I define problem solving, having that great competency in problem solving, as someone being open to other views, easily making transitions to new and different situations, setting plans, goals, or ideas, and can bring streams of information together to form solutions. So when I think about problem solving in that way, I think that we can think about problem solving as exercise for your brain. And to me, honestly, as a leader, I don't always think that I love to solve problems, although I get pulled in to help people solve problems often. But when we think about our leadership and our competency in solving problems, some of us may say, like, I'm great at that, right? I love digging into issues. I love understanding the problem. I love coming up with solutions. But sometimes what we find is that we are not as skilled in this as we think we are, because we go to the same play. We demonstrate the same behavior over and over and over again, trying to make a solution fit in every type of problem, but that isn't always necessarily appropriate. Sometimes with the problems, it's hard to really first figure out, like, what is the problem we're trying to solve? I can't tell you the number of times that I've sat in a team meeting and we've been discussing an issue and we come out with action plans and thoughts, and then things don't work out the way we thought. And if we go back and reflect, we realize we weren't really solving the problem. We were creating a solution. We were wedded to an outcome, and that outcome didn't actually solve the problem. So getting into that practice of really defining what the problem is that exercise for our brain, putting ourselves in situations where we actually have to kind of stretch and think deeply about a problem to get to a reasonable solution. And I think that there's a few ways that we can do this at work. Some ways that you can really kind of sharpen your problem solving skills. And if you're thinking about this and thinking about the definition that I gave around problem solving, and you think, oh yeah, like, I don't know if I'm as sharp on this as I think I am. I think there's lots of ways you can do this. One way would be participate in a tough negotiation with a client. And this can be an internal client or an external client, right? So internally, it might be trying to convince another department to adopt a process or a service that you would like them to do to help your department, right? So that could be an internal. Externally, it might be negotiating a service level agreement or a contract with a prospect. Now, you may be saying, look, I don't necessarily have a job that really focuses on that. That's okay. Offer to help prep a salesperson for a pitch that they're going to do, or offer to help a customer service rep prepare for a difficult conversation with a client, right? Offer to develop a plan to relaunch a product or a service that's in your organization that maybe isn't performing as well as you hoped. All of those are ways in which you can insert yourself into realistic situations that allow you to kind of stretch this muscle of how you come to problem solving and how you identify problems and how you create solutions. So this week, I want to challenge you. I want you to share with someone a problem that you are working on or that you're trying to solve for. And I want you to find someone that's like a trusted advisor. Think about your own personal board of directors, right? Those people that are your champions that cheer you on, and share with another person, this is a problem that I'm working on at work. And have that person say back to you what they believe the problem is, which is a really great way for you to get clear on how you are thinking about the problem and how others are hearing what the problem is. And after that person shares back with you what they believe you have said is the problem you're trying to solve, then ask that individual, where do you see blind spots or gaps in my thinking? That is a beautiful question that you can ask, and just kind of put that in your toolkit all the time. When we are presenting ideas as a leader, when we want to demonstrate our openness and our willingness to collaborate and work with others, to demonstrate that we are interested in growing and being our best selves, inviting people to point out to you Where are my blind spots? Where am I gapped in my thinking? Is a very safe way to allow someone to give you constructive feedback and help you understand what are some patterns of ways in which you're not thinking of things. Somebody like me, I am a move it fast type of person. I love to get into conversation. I actually love helping people solving problems. I love serving in that way. My working genius is galvanizing and enablement. If you haven't talked about working genius yet, I highly recommend it. I'll do a whole show on that later. But I truly derive joy, and the day flies by for me when I am helping people get rallied around an idea or uniquely serving somebody and helping them see things in themselves that they didn't recognize, or helping them see situations that they're maybe not paying attention to. That actually brings me a lot of joy to do that. But it also can come across as like really bossy or really directive or really unwanted if I'm not invited into that conversation. So taking that opportunity to invite someone, where am I having blind spots in this, is a great way to get some good feedback. And then from there, once you have identified your problem and you've had it kind of validated with this person, and you have thought through maybe where some of your blind spots are, coming to a solution. And I'd invite you to try and brainstorm 2 to 3 solutions to that problem. A lot of times we who are high achievers and like to move fast, the first easiest solution is the path we go because we trust ourselves to know we can always go back and redo it. But not everyone likes to go back and redo things. Some people get really wedded to an idea and they just want to make that work. And that's where the blind spot comes in, is because they're trying to push to a solution that maybe wasn't as well thought out. And so as you identify a solution to this problem, also think about what are some milestones that I can set, like 2 or 3, maybe 4, that will help me take this big problem and break it down into some things that I know I am moving towards the solution to the problem I'm actually trying to solve. Sometimes when we're problem solving and we start working towards a solution, new problems come in. And we can get distracted by new problems and have it be the fire of the day. And we suddenly like pivot and go deep, deep, deep down a rabbit hole to solve a problem that actually took us off what we were supposed to be focused on. And so think about what are some milestones that you can set to validate that the solution you put in place is actually serving the problem that you've identified. I would love to hear from you how this tool works, how this model I've laid out for you works. And if you do so, I actually have a gift for you. I am a big movie buff. I love sitting around. I love watching movies with my family. I love everything IMBD. I'm on it all the time. I love everything about movies. So if you listen to this episode and you apply some of these tools and some of these ideas I'm saying, I will send you a free gift. I will send you my list of the top 10 favorite movies I have that dive into this idea of problem solving. All right. So listen to the episode and shoot me a message either in the post on LinkedIn, send me a text, shoot me an email, and tell me how this helped you, or tell me about a problem that you solved or the person that you spoke to and how it helped you. I would love that so much. And if you do, I'll give you a free gift. I have a goal to receive 200 reviews of this show. And that means I need about like 20 stars and reviews every single week. And I would love it if you've been listening. Do me a favor. After this episode wraps up, or even right now, while you're listening, pull up your phone, give us a couple stars, write a review. This helps me because it allows other people that I want to bring on the show know that people are listening, and it helps me get better guests. But more importantly, it lets me know the content that you guys like and what you want to see more of. So I would love it if you would take a moment and just give us a rating, give us some stars. That would be amazing. I hope you like these leadership lessons. And I want you to be your best self. And I want this to be meaningful. And I want to create leaders that want to create change in the world, that want to make an impact. And I hope that you're sharing this with others. But it's summer, and I know that people are getting busy, and the problems you're probably trying to solve is, what do I do with my kids for the summer? Maybe the plans that you had didn't work out. I can totally empathize with that. I remember signing my kids up for the YMCA camps year after year after year, and then they aged out. And that summer when they aged out, I was like, what am I going to do? So the way I solved that problem I started reaching out to my mom network, my friends, and finding out, what are you doing with your kid? What was the problem I was trying to solve? And so think about problems that you're trying to solve, reach out to your friends and family, come up with some solutions, and let me know how it works out. But in the meantime, I want you to remember, you are made for impact.